Hey y'all, welcome back, or if you're new, welcome. My name's Kira. This week's video, I was gonna talk about something else, but I decided to postpone that to next Monday because something way more interesting happened this weekend. As you can tell by the title, yes, I went backstage at a Macklemore concert, and of course saw it. I'm gonna be talking about everything that led up to the moment, and I'm gonna be showing you guys videos and photos of everything. So I'm gonna go back to Wednesday, my dad called me because he was in Japan and he was about to fly home, and he's like, hey, did M, which is my stepmom, did M tell you that I have a surprise for you guys Saturday? And I was like, no, she did not. And he's like, yeah, well, I have a surprise. And I wanted a hint. I was like, is it outside of North Carolina, or is it in North Carolina? Is it in Fayetteville? And he's like, it's in North Carolina. And I'm like, okay. Saturday, my dad was like, okay, we're leaving today at 1 o'clock. Make sure you have everything ready. We're actually gonna stay in a hotel. So I'm like, okay, this has to be somewhat of a distance if we're staying in a hotel. 1 o'clock comes, we get in the car. Let's skip 2.5 hours forward. We're in Charlotte, and we're starting to drive to uptown Charlotte, and as we were going in, there was a whole bunch of people with like costumes walking in one direction, and my dad's like, they're probably going to the same thing we're going to. And of course, we're all like, are we going to like a Halloween themed stuff? Like, are we even dressed appropriately? Which, sorry to mix things up here, but that day, my stepmom and me were in the bathroom doing my makeup. She was helping me with it, and she like, I had this shirt on, which is like a special forces shirt, and she was like, I think we're going to a concert because your dad said it's gonna be outside, and why else would we be outside? And I wasn't like 100% like that has to be it, but I was like, it makes sense. I was like, should I change my shirt then? And she's like, yeah. It's still a surprise. We have no idea what we're doing, which it was like a whole bunch of college students, so like there's a lot of drunk people. But anyway, so we get to the hotel room, we check in, we go upstairs. There's a nice hotel room, and we have like a mini photo shoot. My dad made a little group chat of my stepmom, my brother, him, and me, and sent us the address of where we were going. And my stepmom's like, why are you sending this to us? And he's like, just in case we separate and you need it. And so we were like, okay, but I decided to investigate, which was his fault because he sent us the address. He could have did it when we got there. But at this point, I'm like, I'm just gonna try to see if I can figure out, because this is kind of killing me. So I decided to do an investigation. And also, every once in a while, my dad would be like, oh yeah, I'm texting the guy that's helping me out with this, and we're like, what guy are you talking about? Okay, I went on Google. I typed in Charlotte, North Carolina events today. I saw like the 26th, 27th, 28th, which that was the day, and 29th. And 28th, it said like Kiss FM Macklemore concert, I think. And I was like, is this it? And so then I clicked on it and I saw the map, and one of the streets that were on there, when I went back and looked at the address of my dad's, was the same street that was on there. So I was like, so I screenshotted like the whole Kiss FM thing, and I sent it to my stepmom, and she was on her phone, and I heard her phone go off, but she didn't actually open up the message and look at it. So I think we were like almost ready to leave, and did you look at my text? And she's like, oh no. So she looks at it, and she's like, oh, here, did some investigation. My dad looks at me and was like, did you figure it out? And I'm like, well, you sent me the address, so yeah, I looked up a little bit of stuff, and yeah, it's a Macklemore concert. And he's like, yeah. So I was like, well, that's cool, you know, we're going to a Macklemore concert. The last concert I went to was when I was 6 years old, and that was Hannah Montana. And other than that, I've been to another one with my mom, but it was at Busch Gardens. It was like a small audience. I mean, it was mainly for her. Like, I recognized some songs, but I didn't really like know the artist. It was more like my mom wanted to do it, basically. So I'm like, okay, well, Macklemore is like, this is pretty freaking cool that I'm about to go see him. Already, I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to see him sing or like rap, whatever he does. We leave, and we're meeting up with his half brother. Shout out to you, Ryan. We meet up with his half brother, Ryan, which is one of the tech guys there, and still unaware of what is happening, and other than we're about to go see a concert. So we meet up with him, And after like shaking hands, he'd be like, hey, because you know we've never met him before except for my dad. So he starts passing out to us this thingy. I know he was hooking us up with tickets, but I didn't realize what kind of ticket it was, and like I didn't look at this because I just was like, oh, okay, it's a ticket, thanks. But this is an all access pass. That means we can go anywhere. So after a while of chatting, still unaware of what is about to happen, we go through the back, which I didn't realize was the back. Like, I thought that's where everyone else was coming in. As you can tell, I was very unaware of like a lot of things. We take a right, and we're at the back of the stage now. We start chatting and stuff. He's like, okay, let's go up. So we go up. So we're on the stage. We're not like in the center, and especially there was already people lined up against the rail. It wasn't like a huge crowd though. It was just like some people. We were in the back towards the drums, and he was like explaining everything to us. He told us we can go sit on the drums, sit on the seat, and I was too nervous because I'm like, So my stepbrother goes up first. They take some pictures, and they're like, here, go up there. So I go up there, take some pictures, and I have like the drumsticks in my hands, and he's like, you can try it. So I was like, ugh. Like I was scared to make too much noise and draw too much attention. So like I was like, rock hand all over it.
Yeah, you're totally that.
One thing I can say is me being on my desk at school sounds way better than what I was doing on those drums. I was like, wow, like creds to the drummers out there. So yeah, so we're standing up there for a while, and more people start coming. So like we're literally just having a conversation on the stage. So people were kind of like looking over, like probably seeing our tickets and being like, okay, obviously they're not performers, they're not like important, but like why are they up there? Eventually we get off the stage, and there was two trucks. There was one that was Macklemore's dressing, like quick dressing room truck thing. It's like literally the back of a truck. And then the other one was, I don't even know what the artist's name is because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of him. Nothing wrong with him, I just don't listen to his music. But it's the one that's like sings that all-time low song. So we go to Macklemore's, and so I don't have to explain what it looked like. I mean, it was just the back of a truck, but like I'll just insert a picture. So that's basically what it looked like. He basically explained some stuff. He was like, oh yeah, this is his quick dress. So he just, you know, he like switches his stuff, then he looks at himself in the mirror and then goes back out. I'm like, okay, let's go. So we go and we get off the back of the stage, and we like duck under both of the rails of the truck. And we go to like, I believe he was the sound guy. He was talking about everything, and again, I kept looking over, and people kept like looking over at us like, who are these people? That's what their faces were like saying, like, who are these people? So he gave us the mic that I think Macklemore ended up using. But anyways, I took a picture of it because why not? So I'll insert that now. He showed us the earpiece that they use. I forgot whose earpiece it was, but like he showed us like what goes inside their ear, and he was basically explaining to us that there's like 3 different speakers in them, and it's made to shape their ear, so if anybody else tried to put it in their ear, it wouldn't fit. It was really cool, and my dad got like a picture of it, but it was like a live shot, so you can't really see what's going on unless you hold it down, so I might insert it, I might not. When we leave, we went in between like the railing that was holding back the people and the stage. So we got in between there, and then we made like a right and a couple feet. It was like, I think it was the light people or I forgot. Ryan, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I know you explained everything, but I forgot. We left, and we actually went to his tour bus. He gave us like a little tour, and then we talked for a long time. I asked him his story, like how did you get to this point? And we actually talked for a while, which is funny because my dad said that because he's at work, he only probably has 30 minutes to chat, but we actually ended up like being together for like an hour and a half or something like that. It was pretty nice. We got off the bus and stuff, and then we go over to where we had come in and back to like the backstage area, and we took group pictures and and then we left to go get pizza before the actual concert starts. So we go back to the concert area, and there's a spot where he told us we could stand because we were figuring it's gonna be super crowded. So we're standing there, and we sat there for a while before my stepbrother was like, hey, can I go try to squeeze it up front? And my dad's like, of course. And then my stepmom was like, it looks like there's like free, like it's not that crowded up there, because there was like 2 different sections, up front spots, and then there was another rail holding back all the people that spent less money to see the show. We actually went into the front part. We just showed our little all access thing and they let us through. This was after that All Time Low guy was playing, and I didn't get much concert footage, but I'll like play what I got anyways, like probably like 10 seconds from Snapchat. Anyways, he comes out and he plays, and I was like, oh my god, I'm actually looking at him right now. Like I said, I've never had like any, I don't just run into like singers or famous people, actresses. I don't do that. I don't attend any concerts. So me being able to see him with my own 2 eyes, I was like, there was this one funny point. He's like, wow, look at all these drunk people in costumes. It was pretty funny. There was one point towards the end of the show where he had actually like started like stepping over people. Like people were holding his feet and he was using their hands to like get over. So he's like, you know, people are holding him up, and his face looked so like worried. His face was just full of caution, like, oh my god. And he was like singing, and he falls back. And I thought he was gonna keep walking towards us because I was about to move, because I'm like, I cannot hold this man up. Yeah, he falls back and they take him back towards the stage, and of course he's like throwing water everywhere. Like he did that 3 times all over the front people. And yeah, so, and then there was a dance off, but they like couldn't dance. He was like, no, seriously, like I want to dance off between 2 people who can actually dance, and then the 2 people he picked just did it so they can get on stage because they couldn't dance.
Abracadabra, that motherfucker is magic. I shut my manners, I probably go double platinum if I could. I'm on one. Between a rock and a hot place, don't face fire breathing. Tonight we breathe fire, bring it into the sky. We don't even need a lighter. Let's go. On under the I was like, you're telling me that you're going to Charlotte and you're not bringing me.
Eventually, he left and the concert was over, unfortunately. And we went, like, the gate from the back area that we had come in was actually, like, closed. So I thought we couldn't even get back in. It turns out we just had to be like, and then he flashed his light real quick and then let us through. And as we were walking in, I realized Macklemore could still be back there, but then that's when I saw a van and the windows were like completely tinted. And I'm trying to act all cool and stuff about it because I'm like, he's probably sitting in there. He could be sitting in there right now. And then we go to the gate to get out, and they like push it open a little bit and we leave. And then when they close it, I'm like, Dad, the cool part is he was probably in that van. He goes, I know. I was like, oh my god. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. If you liked it, click the like button. If you like me, subscribe, comment down below. And if you're new, feel free to check out the rest of my channel where I post random videos every Monday. And if you want, you can follow my Instagram at Kira_Tilka. Still thinking about getting Twitter, not sure. And also, just because the photos turned out really good, when I went to Starbucks to try to get the zombie frappuccino, they were actually sold out. So when we went to Charlotte, I saw they had a sign because they were going to Starbucks. And I'm like, hey, can I just try the zombie frappuccino? And they brought it out, and I'm going to show some pictures because they're nice looking pictures. Actually, I liked it. They should make that like a regular thing because that was actually good. Cause I wanted to make a video about it, like a whole review video about it, but again, they were sold out, and then this was last minute. But like, it tasted pretty good, but I'm pretty sure the whipped cream tastes like raspberry. I liked it, like, And other than that, guys, see you next Monday. Peace.